Jasmine, how did you get promoted in just 3 months? Tell me.
I only worked hard even while I was at the gate.
Abeg, don't tell me about work hard. I hope you didn't do something else. Anyways, I'm watching you.
Selina, I don't know what you're talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. How can Jasmine get promoted from security assistant to work with the CEO? What am I going to do now? I think I have to send her packing. Since Chief got this house for me, let me see where she would stay in this Lagos. Jasmine, since you came back early today, start packing your things and leave my house. It is time for you to leave.
Selina, calm down. Is there any problem? But I pay half of this rent to you.
Don't tell me to calm down. Chief got this house for me. Even if you are paying half of it to me, it is my house, so leave. Why is Selina doing all this to me? Where does she expect me to go now? I need to get a small apartment.
That evening, the apartment was quiet. Jasmine had just placed her bag on the couch, her mind replaying the day at work. She thought of Asha's approving glance during the morning meeting, the way he had quietly acknowledged her efficiency. Before she could unwind, the door burst open. Selina stormed in, her face flushed with fury. "Jasmine!" she screamed, slamming her palms on the edge of the bedroom door. "How did you get promoted? How did you get favored after just 3 months? Tell me." Jasmine's lips curved into a small, calm smile. She didn't raise her voice. She had learnt that anger from others never deserved a reaction. "Selina, I didn't plan this. I just did my work faithfully, as always." Selina laughed, a sharp, bitter sound. "Work? Work barely gets you noticed. You think just because you sit quietly and smile, people will forget who really deserves recognition?" Her eyes narrowed dangerously. Jasmine looked down for a moment, then met her friend's gaze steadily. "I don't think I deserve it more than anyone. I just focus on what I can control, my actions, my efforts." Selina's hands trembled slightly, frustration coiling in her chest. She couldn't understand how Jasmine's calm composure remained intact while her own envy boiled over. The next few days, Selina began sneaking around Jasmine at work. She followed her discreetly, noting her interactions with colleagues and trying to find a reason to belittle her achievements. Every friendly nod Jasmine gave, every polite smile felt like a personal affront to Selina's pride. It was during one of these sneaky observations that Selina's jealousy reached a new peak. Jasmine had been finishing late at the office, assisting a group of interns with a project. As she left, Ashalio, the CEO, appeared at the gate. Without hesitation, he gestured to Jasmine. "I'll drop you home today. You've worked hard." Selina, hiding behind a column, saw Jasmine slide into the sleek black car. Her chest tightened with fury. How could she remain calm even for a moment while someone else got such attention? If you haven't watched part 1, you need to check it out to see how friendship turned into rivalry, how jealousy cost Selina everything, and how Jasmine's quiet strength changed her destiny. Don't miss the full journey from betrayal to breakthrough. Later that night, Selina returned to the apartment fuming. She barely shut the door before her voice rang through the living room. "Jasmine, tell me, why did Asha drop you home? Are you trying to get his attention?" Jasmine, calmly folding a shirt on her bed, looked up. Her smile was gentle, unaffected by Selina's outburst. "Selina, it's not what you think. Asha has been kind, nothing more." Selina's hands flew to her hips, frustration evident in every twitch of her body. "Kind? That's not what you call kindness. He's a CEO. He doesn't give special rides for no reason. Are you trying to attract him? He will never have his eyes on you. Don't mistake his kindness for love." Jasmine laughed softly, the sound almost soothing. "You're worried for nothing. I am only focused on my work, nothing else. And besides," she said, a hint of warmth in her voice, "I don't need anyone to notice me to prove my worth." Selina's lips trembled. For a moment, she wanted to scream, to accuse, to strike, but instead, she felt hollow. Her envy had blinded her. She stormed past Jasmine and flopped onto the couch, burying her face in her hands. Little did Selina know, Asha's perception of Jasmine had begun to change in subtle ways. Her humility, competence, and quiet authority had caught his attention long before she even knew it. While Selina flaunted her position, manipulating others and taking credit, Jasmine walked tirelessly behind the scenes, leaving a trail of respect and admiration in her wake. Even now, as she sat quietly in the car, he noticed her patience with the interns, her poise in meetings, and her integrity at the gate. These small acts, unnoticed by many, were what set her apart. That evening, Selina's phone rang as she sat alone in the apartment. Chief name flashed across her screen. She straightened immediately and answered, "Good evening, Chief." His voice was firm, impatient. "You promised me something, Selina." Her chest tightened. "Yes, I remember. When I helped you secure that job, you said you would prove yourself, that you would give me a chance." She hesitated, then said, "I will." "You better," he replied coldly, "because I do not associate with failure." The call ended abruptly. Selina stared at her phone. For the first time, she felt fear. Not of Jasmine, not of the company, but of losing the only thing she thought secured her status. A few days later, Selina visited Chief at his upscale residence. She wore her best dress, hoping appearance would mask reality. He looked at her without warmth. "You look tired," he observed. "It's just stress," she said quickly. "Work pressure." He poured himself a drink, unconcerned. "Do you know why I supported you?" "Because you believe in me," she replied softly. He laughed lightly. "No, because I believed you were ambitious, useful, strategic." Her stomach tightened. "But ambition without competence is embarrassing. You cannot even manage interns." The words cut deep. "And about the house, let us be clear. It is under my name." Her heartbeat quickened. "If you become a liability to my reputation, I will reconsider my generosity." Selina forced a smile, but inside, something was cracking. She had built her security on sand. 2 weeks later, the company conducted an internal audit. Interns spoke. Emails were reviewed. Deadlines were examined.
The announcement came swiftly. Effective immediately, Selina will be reassigned. She stood in stunned silence as HR handed her a janitor's uniform. "You will work as a janitor till we have seen your hard work." Her hands shook as she accepted it. Across the room, Jasmine watched, not with triumph, but with quiet sadness. Asha observed too. He said nothing publicly, but his gaze lingered on Jasmine, who continued working calmly, despite the tension. That evening, Selina returned home furious and humiliated. Seeing Jasmine calmly preparing dinner enraged her further. "Jasmine, you need to leave," Selina said sharply. Jasmine froze. "What? My boyfriend, Chief, bought this house for me. I allowed you to pay half, but that doesn't make it yours. Pack your things." Jasmine's half dropped. "I have nowhere else to go." "That's not my problem." The cruelty in Selina's tone surprised even herself, but pride pushed her forward. Jasmine quietly packed her belongings. No shouting, no begging, just silence. As she entered the cab, Lagos seemed unusually quiet. Street lights blurred through her tears. With trembling fingers, she called Asha. "I'm sorry to disturb you," she said softly. "I need your help." His voice changed immediately. "Where are you?" She explained briefly. "Send me your location," he said firmly. "I'll send my address. Come." When Jasmine arrived, Asha opened the door himself. He saw the suitcase. He saw the exhaustion in her eyes. "You're safe here," he said quietly. That simple sentence broke the last of her restraint. Tears fell freely. He did not ask unnecessary questions. He simply took her bag and showed her to a guest room. "You can stay as long as you need." That night, she lay awake staring at the ceiling, wondering how everything had shifted so quickly. Meanwhile, in his own room, Asha stood by the window, thinking of her resilience, the way she never spoke badly of Selina, despite everything, the way she endured humiliation without bitterness. The next morning, Jasmine arrived at work, composed as always. Selina, now in a janitor uniform, spotted her immediately. She rushed over. "Jasmine, you didn't come home. I only did what I did because I was angry. Please come back." Jasmine looked genuinely surprised. "You sent me out, knowing I had nowhere to go."
Selina's eyes filled with regret. If not for someone kind, I would have slept on the street, Jasmine continued. I will come back home, but only when I see you have changed. Selina nodded, ashamed. Living under the same roof created quiet moments between Jasmine and Asha. Morning coffee conversations, shared laughter over Lagos traffic complaints, late night discussions about dreams. He admired her more each day, not just her beauty, but her steadiness. One evening on the balcony, he finally asked, "Do you have a man in your life?" She thought carefully. "No," she answered. "I broke up with him a long time ago." He looked at her as if seeing something rare. "That is exactly why he paused. "Why you what?" she asked softly. He stepped closer. "Why I'm falling for you." The air shifted. Her heartbeat quickened. "Asha," she called. "I won't rush you," he said gently, "but I need you to know." Tears filled her eyes again, but this time from hope. "I'm scared," she admitted. "My life feels unstable." "Then let me be your stability." Weeks later, what began as quiet admiration grew into love. Slow, intentional, built on trust. Meanwhile, Selina's reality collapsed further. Chief stopped calling. The house documents were withdrawn. She discovered it had always been conditional. For the first time, she sat alone in the apartment, realizing she owned nothing. Not the job, not the house, not even her dignity. She thought of Jasmine, the girl she once called best friend, the girl who never tried to compete, and she finally understood. Her enemy had never been Jasmine. It had been her own insecurity. One early morning at work, Selina waited outside the building for Jasmine. "I lost the house," she admitted quietly. Jasmine's eyes widened. Chief removed his support. "I have nothing left." Silence stretched between them. "I don't want your pity," Selina continued. "I want a chance to rebuild properly." Jasmine studied her carefully. "Then start small," she said. "Do your janitor job with dignity. Apologize to the interns and respect again." Selina nodded. "And the apartment?" she asked hesitantly. Jasmine hesitated. "You can stay temporarily, but this time we build everything honestly." Tears streamed down Selina's face. That evening at Asha's apartment, under the Lagos skyline, Asha held Jasmine's hand. "I don't want you staying here because you need shelter," he said softly. "I want you here because you choose me." Her breath caught. "Jasmine, I love you." The words were steady and certain. She searched his eyes and saw no manipulation, no pride, no conditions. "I love you too," she whispered. Below them, Lagos pulsed with life, noisy, chaotic, relentless. But above the noise, something beautiful had taken root: integrity, growth, and love born not from competition, but from respect.
The morning she saw Jasmine walking toward Asha's car again, something twisted inside her chest. Jasmine moved calmly across the company parking lot, her heels clicking softly against the pavement. Asha stood by his sleek black car, speaking briefly on the phone. The sight alone was enough to make Selina's heart pound. She hurried forward. "Jasmine!" she called out. Jasmine turned. "Where are you staying?" Selina asked abruptly, folding her arms. "You said with a friend. What friend?" Jasmine held her gaze, calm as ever. "A friend," she repeated gently. "What friend?" Selina pressed. "I've never heard of this friend before." Jasmine smiled faintly. "Not every blessing needs an announcement, Selina." Before Selina could respond, Asha opened the passenger door. Jasmine gave Selina one last look. Not defensive, not proud, just steady. Then she entered the car. Selina stood there, unsettled. Something was happening, and she wasn't part of it. 2 days later, the company buzzed with unusual activity. An emergency staff meeting was called. Employees gathered in the conference hall, whispering in clusters. The manager stepped forward. "Good morning, everyone. I have an important announcement from the executive office." The room quieted. "Our CEO will be getting married." Gasps erupted across the hall. Selina's head snapped up. Married? To who? The manager continued. A formal introduction will be made soon. Preparations are underway. The meeting ended in excited chatter. Selina's thoughts spiraled. Who was she? Some socialite? A politician's daughter? A billionaire's heiress? It had to be someone powerful, someone worthy. Later that afternoon, Selina was cleaning the executive restroom. The mop moved mechanically across the marble floor, but her mind was elsewhere. The CEO was getting married. Her heart felt strangely unsettled. She thought of Jasmine, the late nights, the car rides, the secret friend. Her chest tightened. No, it couldn't be. That would be impossible, wouldn't it? That evening, at Asha's apartment, the city lights shimmered across the lagoon like scattered stars. Jasmine stood by the balcony, unaware of what was coming. Asha, she said softly, the company seems excited about your wedding. He walked toward her slowly. Yes, he replied. She turned. You haven't told me who she is. He smiled, not teasingly, but warmly. I was waiting for the right moment. Her brows furrowed slightly. Before she could ask another question, he reached into his pocket. Jasmine's breath caught. Asha? He stepped closer. From the moment you stood at that gate in the rain, greeting everyone with dignity, I noticed you. You never fought for attention. You never sought validation. You simply walked. You forgave. You endured. And somewhere along the line, I realized I wasn't just admiring your strength. He went down on one knee. I was falling in love with you. The rings sparkled under the city lights. Jasmine, will you marry me? Tears flooded her eyes. She remembered the humiliation, the eviction, the loneliness in that cab. And now, this. Yes, she whispered. Then louder. Yes, Asha. He slid the ring onto her finger, stood, and pulled her into his arms. Below them, Lagos roared with life. But above the noise, love had quietly won.